Pitch side now with Dino Visser, Hereford's goalkeeper today. A clean sheet again for you. How did you look at the game overall?
I thought we didn't start as well as we would have liked to, and we slowly got better and better as the game went on. We definitely had the better chances in the first half, even though they had a few of their own, but weren't as clear-cut maybe as ours. And then the second half, I thought we were really much better. It was just unfortunate we didn't take the chances that we created today.
Penalty save, as is the case these days with goalkeepers, you look at the opposition. Did you sort of think that's where he's going to put it?
Well, fortunately we got a really good video analysis, and he's given me every game. I get to see all the penalty takers, which side they prefer, their last 4, 5, 6 pens. So I had a good understanding of what he liked to do when he stood up to the spot. Just had a look at his run-up and just judged a bit of what his confidence was like on the ball. So, yeah.
Did you think it was a penalty in the first place?
It was difficult to see because at the same time I was brushing over to look at my far post to make sure what was going on. So I didn't initially see the contact or the tackle necessarily. So I'm not sure actually.
Now, were you injured on Tuesday at Chorley? Because your kicking today, wasn't helped by that.
No,
is that right? I think supporters need to know that you had an injury.
Yeah, I previously hurt the lateral ligaments down my knee from taking goal kicks. I think it was 3 Bridges game away in the FA Cup run, which I recovered from, and I was just managing it to be honest. So nothing really to worry about, hopefully, yeah.
But you came through that today.
Yep.
And as far as you're concerned as a squad member, how much are you enjoying it?
It's been really, really good. We've got a really good bunch of lads. We've been really, really positive of late. I think we were really unlucky at Chorley. We played extremely well, created good chances. I think their keeper was man of the match at home too. So we've really been on the front foot. We've just been unfortunate that maybe we haven't been as lethal and deadly up front as we would have liked to have been. But there's a good atmosphere around the club.
You've shown as a squad the ability to beat teams right at the top of the table, take the Fylde game into consideration. Similar scenario next week up at Darlington.
Yeah, I mean, we've shown that we can compete anywhere and with anyone in this league. So it's just about being at our best week in and week out, listening to what the coaches' instructions are and their plans for the games, and making sure we execute them to the best of our abilities.
How much is it tailored, the training, for the week ahead and the game ahead?
100% tailored. We'll go in week before, do analysis of the opposition we're coming up against, study their strengths, their weaknesses, where we need to exploit, what we need to be aware of. So we're going in with eyes wide open coming into the weekend.
And it seems that interim manager Jan Kukowski, he seems to have got a good rapport amongst the squad. How are you all taking his introduction as a manager?
Yeah, it's been fantastic from the get-go. We all really, really respect Jan and want to give him our 100%. And we're all determined to make a success out of this season.
Well, thanks for today.
No problem, pleasure, mate.
Personally, how have you found it? Obviously, you had to battle for that number 1 shirt when you first come in. How did you find it coming in to that situation?
Yeah, I mean, anywhere you go, you want to come in and kind of stamp your authority and put your best foot forward. And so far, I've been pretty happy with how I've played and the games I've managed to play. It was unfortunate I hurt my knee initially after the first 3 games. I thought the club was doing really, really well. We had some good momentum. We had a good FA Cup run at the time, which the injury hampered my personal progress a bit, but I'm just really glad to be back.
Because was there sort of 4 or 5 goalkeepers in training at one point?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I think the club struggled with that initially because we had an injury with Brad initially, an injury with myself, and then trying to get a loan in here and a loan in there. So it wasn't easy, but the club managed to work it out pretty well.
And you feel obviously more comfortable now. You sort of your number 1 shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I feel like I've made it my own thus far. But I'm not comfortable in it. I want to prove myself week in and week out. So yeah.
And do you feel there's more for you to come as a goalkeeper to show yourself in front of Hereford fans? Or?
Definitely, I've always got more in the tank. I don't think I've shown my best capabilities. So yeah, I think there's more to look forward to, definitely.